Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I'm just doing a quick video, another no-buy video. So if you're on a no-buy year or no-buy month, you may be wondering how you're going to get by without your beloved jeans. So if any of you have ripped your jeans or you have a partner who's done this, you might find this useful. So I'm going to share how to repair these. So I'm going to show them here on the table. So my partner has recently ripped some of his. This happens quite a lot. We tend to get them from the charity shop. He likes to get his jeans from the charity shop. And although he tends to get them in good repair and they last quite a while, they do eventually go. And I will repair them and keep on repairing them because he likes what he likes, and we usually find that we get loads more wear out of them that way. So use whatever denim patches you have on hand. But if you don't have denim, you can use various cotton fabrics, twill, anything with a little bit of body to it. If you're using cotton, it's a good idea to fold it over and double it. I did actually fold over the denim that I've used so that it was double and then just stitch around it. So you might find it's better if you do this because it makes it a little bit more durable before we place it behind the hole. So I'm going to show you the tear here, how it is before and then again after, and I'll show you the process of how I mend it. Now these are the fabrics that I've got, little bits of various pieces of denim and chambray. I tend to keep all small pieces like this. Also, if you ever have a substantial amount chopped off a pair of jeans, if you have them hemmed or if you do this yourself or if you cut some down into shorts, I know some people like to do that in the summer sometimes, just save all the offcuts in a box because they will always come in handy for patching and repairing future pairs of jeans when they rip. And a lot of jeans that you buy these days have this sort of effect where they're already ripped and they have a patch behind. I did buy some like that when I was younger. These days I don't really get it because I don't want to be buying clothes that already look like they've had it. But I know some people do like that look. So you might want to just embrace it and leave them like that. But you will need to still strengthen it a little bit behind, even if you do want a bit of a designer rip, because in some places it will just keep getting bigger and bigger. And you might find that it's just far too revealing, or your jeans have just not got any stability to them anymore. So I've got this piece here, which is a bigger piece, and it's darker, as they always are, on one side and lighter on the other. So depending on the shade of your jeans, that may depend on which side you use. This is more of a chambray look, but it is a denim. It's a very lightweight denim, but if you fold it and stitch all the way around, that just makes it a more durable patch. And then I've got this one. So this was the one that I opted for to mend this particular pair of jeans because even on the reverse side it's dark, but I found that that shade was closest to the denim that I'm working with today. So that's first up. Choose your fabric. Cut it into a piece that's bigger than your hole that you're going to repair. So the slash or hole that you're going to repair, make sure that you've got a good amount round it because you don't want it to be too close to the tear because it will just pull away again. So that's the first thing. Now the other thing I want to mention is, if you do, when you are buying things in the future, maybe not this month or even this year, but when you do get back to buying things, do always check out the jeans in the charity shops, but even if they're too big for you, because I've done this in the past. And the ones I'm wearing today are a pair of Desigal ones, which is a make that I like and never buy. I do have a bag from a trip to Spain many years ago that I did buy for myself, but that is all. I just like the colourful clothes, and I saw these Desigal ones in a charity shop a couple of years ago and they weren't my size. They're about 2 sizes too big and they're quite low rise, which is not my usual thing. But what I did was I've just taken them in. I've taken them in at either side, and now they fit. I'll move the camera down a bit. And they're actually a really good fit now that I've taken them in. And it was just a case of just doing it on either side to make these fit. Now I've also got a really nice pair of black jeans that I got from the charity shop, and they were only £5. Again, I got them about a year, maybe 2 years ago. And it was cheaper to do this than buy the denim and make myself some, because they were good quality jeans. They were £5, but again they were just too big, and on that pair I had to just alter the sides and the seat. So even if you have to take them somewhere, you might find that it's cheaper to buy a pair second hand and then get them altered. than it is to buy maybe a £40–50 pair of jeans. So just something to think about for future months when you are thinking about replacing things. So now we're going to get on with the repair, and I hope this is helpful. So look, I've got my hand behind it with my patch on my hand. I'm holding it in place, making sure that it's covering everywhere that it needs to. So this, look, has just pulled away from the seam just there and then ripped off at an angle. So we're going to bring that back together, but not too much because it'll just cause more strain. Where these raggedy ends are, look, they just want to sort of fall next to each other, and we will stitch over those. So push your pins through from the top like this, just to keep it all held down, and then you can always go over it with hand stitches before you do it under the machine. If you haven't got a sewing machine, you can just do this with hand stitches, but the machine just makes it a little bit easier, and you can go over it lots more times. I mean, if you've got time, you can just go over it lots of times with hand stitches. So the outside of my patch I can feel is here, so you're going to go all the way around the outside of it as well. So just put your pins there so you can feel where the outer edge is as well of your patch. If you don't want it to be too visible, you can use a blue that's as near to this as you can and just sew that on from the inside and keep it quite invisible to the eye, and then just do your main sort of repair stitches just here on the rip part. And where you attach the patch, you can just make it so that you can't really see it too much. If you like that look, you can make a feature of it, but as these are men's jeans, they don't tend to go for that kind of thing as much as we do they? If it was me, I'd probably have flowers all over the seat or something. Right, so we've got that pinned in place. That's opened up a little bit, as you can see, but I'll adjust those again in a minute. And then we're going to tack that in place before it goes under the machine. So I've gone over on the outside just with a few hand stitches, look, just to catch it together, but I am going to be catching mine again on the machine. That's why it's quite rough. If I was doing it all by hand, it would be a lot neater. This is just to keep the edges together. Right, so I'm going to tie that off now and go over it with the machine. So I've got it opened up like this. I'm working from the top. I've got my zigzag stitch on. You might want to try it on a little piece of scrap before you start. I'm just going to go over it lots of times to keep those edges together. So I'm going to go up and down. So I'm going to come down that side again, a little bit further on. Close to the seam this time. Be careful on the seams because it will be thicker. You can hit it with a hammer if you want to soften it up a little bit. So here's what the rip looks like now. As you can see, that looks much better, and do bear in mind that that's underneath, look. So it's going to be even less visible when it's being worn because it's under the body. And on the inside it looks like this. I just left on the dark colour that was already on my machine. So So with that pair finished, I thought I'd show you another pair that I've done in the past. Now these have got quite a few repairs on them, but this is an example of what I was talking about before, when you get the jeans that have already got the sort of slight tears in them. Now these, they got progressively worse and he didn't like them. He didn't like the amount of tears that were in them or the way that they were going. So these have been patched many times. So you can see this sort of lighter coloured pair. So we had these sort of effect tears that were already in them, but then they've ended up getting worse, and then I've patched behind them. So they're all completely filled in now, look. And you've got a rather big one there. But you don't want loads of holes all the way down them, because other than that, they're a good fit and the rest of the jean is okay. So I know we keep getting told we need to be wearing skinny, or we need to be wearing wide leg or high rise or low rise or whatever. I just think it's all nonsense. We wear what we like and what suits us, and keep wearing them for years and years if you like them, and keep repairing them. Well, that's all from me for today, and I'll be back soon with some more sewing chat for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.